Well, I've been doing it for 20 years, but I started out as a dishwasher.
Oh, wow.
A little Mexican joint in Princeton, New Jersey.
New Jersey?
Yeah, so I've worked in the back of the house, front of the house.
Okay.
I've done just about every traditional job there is to do in the restaurant.
Really?
Yeah.
So, how is that different? What's like some differences from the West Coast restaurant business and the East Coast?
Oh, just the main differences between the East Coast and the West Coast. I grew up in Portland, Oregon. Slow pace, easy going, and then went to school out east, and it was fast paced, abrupt. You gotta say what you mean, mean what you say, and get to your next thing. When you're out here in the West and you're waiting on someone from the East, it can be a little bit of a culture shock for some servers if they don't know what to expect. They think that the table isn't quite enjoying the experience when they're actually just pushing you. They're saying, hey, let's do this.
So are you like, as far as business mentality, which one do you think you lean towards?
That's a good question. I take a little bit of both areas. When the restaurant's busy, there's not a whole lot of time for explanation.
Yeah, exactly.
So I like to keep it short, succinct, to the point. But as I go through the room, I have kind of a West Coast.
Okay. Laid back.
Laid back. I like to make jokes. I like to make sure people are having a good time. So sometimes pushing the envelope a little bit, just to see.
What inspires you every day? What do you think when you wake up, and like what keeps you going in this business?
That's a really good question. I think that the key to longevity in this business is knowing that every day is going to be different. Just when I think I have a handle on everything, something comes along. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, but there's always the constant change.
Exactly.
So knowing that my day is not going to go exactly how I think it's going to go is sometimes the biggest blessing that I can have.
So if somebody from out of the country just shows up here at Soul Cocina, what would you tell them? Hey, try this.
Most people think of Mexican food as heavy cheese, heavy sauce, a lot of fried things, dying under a heat lamp, and that's not what we do. We're known for our tacos. That's our inspiration, is the Baja taco stand. We can go to enchiladas, we can go to, someone's looking for a traditional burrito or quesadilla, we can do all that stuff. But then we can get really creative, like our Kobe steak, which you wouldn't think of finding a Kobe steak in a Mexican restaurant, but we're not your typical Mexican restaurant.
Is there a lot of people working, or you get pretty packed on the weekends, or when's like the busy time, or?
Fridays and Saturdays are definitely the busiest time. We can get a real crazy crowd on Tuesdays or Thursdays when we're on a Taco Tuesday or a Tequila Thursday promotions. You can find those online. But Fridays and Saturdays are when everybody's on.
What's your favorite dish here? What do you eat?
That is a good question. Like most recently, I rediscovered the Chipotle Chicken Desmadres. That is a phenomenal dish. It is a chicken breast is pounded thin. It's covered with a yucatan adobo chili rub, and then we serve it with a tomato avocado salad on top and choice of sides. And it is just phenomenal.
So if you were to give a small business owner a tip from your perspective, what would you say? Something that you do well and it's done well here, that you would say you should apply this in your business as well?
Stay passionate and never disregard. A lot of people can get beaten down over the course of time, and most of that is if we're doing something wrong, we're going to hear about it. And if we don't fix it right away, if we don't fix it immediately, we're going to keep hearing about it, and that can really wear you down. So you've got to listen to people. You've got to understand what people want, what people need, and where we're going wrong and where we're going right. And then keep passionate. Really right.
That's great. So tell everybody what you want. Why should people come here? Let's hear it.
What I want when people come in, I want them to have a great time. Whether it's a business meeting, first date, family dinner, maybe things are going wrong with the kids at school or something. But you can come in here and you have a good time, and you know that you're not going to worry about the food coming out on time, getting the right order. waiting on stuff. It's going to be great.
That's it.
And that's what I want. I want people to be able to sit down, relax, and then we just entertain and we take care of it.
Awesome. Josh with Soul Cocina here in Scottsdale Quarter. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thanks, Harrison.
Born and raised.
Oh, wow.
Born and raised. I'm from here.
That's
Arizona
great.
kid. Yeah.
That's great. What part of town? Or?
I live in the West Valley actually. You know,
Okay.
and I still live in the West Valley. Got a track ahead of me here, but you know, I love the West Side, so we stay out there.
Have you always been doing Mexican food?